Hello guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the K-drama My Sweet Mobster. So let's get into it. This is a 16 episode K-drama starring Tae-gu and Han Sun-hwa, and it's, as it reads in the title, is about a kids content creator and an ex-mobster who fall in love, and it is such a beautiful rom-com. It has its serious moments, where it talks about the mobster's past and the difficulties of trying to move on with your life when everybody still sees you as an ex-con. But it's also so funny, it's screwball comedy basically. And I'm not gonna lie, usually these type of comedies are not my thing, but it fits so well into the story that it's perfect. I adored it. I think you should watch it if you haven't watched it already. The male lead also has the sexiest voice I have ever heard. He looks attractive, and then he speaks and you're like, oh my god, I can't, amazing. And the female lead is also so beautiful, and just such a good character. I love her character. She's so sweet. They're amazing, okay? And all the side characters, all the supporting characters also bring their A game to the role, or to their roles rather. It's such a fun story. So now let's get into it. So I really like this drama. The romance is really slow burn, but along the way there are so many belly laughing moments, and I literally cannot. It's just such a funny drama, okay? I don't know how else to describe it. It's just hilarious, and there are so many funny moments. And the male lead is the most awkward person ever, because this is a man in his 40s who has never had a relationship because he spent years of his life to the mob, and now he's an ex-mob, trying to rebuild ex-cons, and he's never really had time for romance. And so he falls in love with the female lead while she is at a kids festival, and he sees her playing with bubbles, and he just falls in love in that moment. They did meet previously in the show before this, and she had gotten him into a bit of trouble previously. She had handcuffed him with kid handcuffs, and then he nearly got arrested because of it, because they were at a club and there was a misunderstanding. And then again, he thought that she was dealing drugs, and so there were a lot of misunderstandings before they finally met. And by the time he realized he liked her, whenever she was upset or something was wrong, he was always there as a shoulder to cry on. He let her live at his place with the 6 other tenants who are also ex-cons that work for his company, called the Thirsty Deer Company. They work with meat, but it's social enterprise, so they advertise their meat and stuff like that. She lets her live with him because her company fires her because she's a really good kid content creator, but her company is all about the money, not really the children. And so she ends up leaving because they get her into a lot of trouble. They end up posting and uploading a YouTube video to her channel through their company, right? She has a channel through their company without her permission, and it ends up making the mobsters look really bad at the kids festival, because they also go to the kids festival to try and advertise the meat that they sell, and they get into an argument with one of the parents of the kids who's you guys are ex-cons, and the guy who was the videographer there videoed everything and posted it, but then she ends up posting the original footage and making them all look really good. And it's then that he realizes that she's a good person and that she is who he always thought she was. And there are misunderstandings along the way. There's a lot of times where she does stuff that's maybe not the best, where she's judging them a bit harshly, but they end up always coming back to okay, you guys are good. I just need it consistently reiterated that you're actually not bad people and that you're actually trying to improve your life. But yeah, along the way, there are a lot of missteps along the way because they're from two different worlds, right? One's rebuilding, one's just going with the flow. But it works so well because she learns to trust them, and they all become family. Her and all the ex-cons and the male lead, they all become family. She's kind of an older sister, a mother figure to them. And it's really nice because she's a kids content creator, which actually makes her a really great person to have around these ex-cons to kind of get them together. And because she and the male lead got off on quite a bad start at the beginning, some of the cons didn't like her at first, or ex-cons, sorry, didn't like her at first, but after a while they got used to her, and she starts tutoring them, and it's wonderful. And I would also say that this drama, the OST is really good. Like, all the songs in it are amazing and they fit the scene so well, and it's so romantic and sweet. But aside from romance, it's also a drama about rebuilding your life after stuff has gone really wrong and trying to face the future, even if people don't necessarily trust you. And that's really beautiful. The one thing I didn't like about this drama was there was a second male lead who was a prosecutor who kind of kept coming after the male lead because he saw him as a bad guy. They eventually kind of like dealt with their issues together, but he was also in love with the female lead, and his character was just kind of like annoying. Like, I don't know why K-dramas also have to add in that one character that just has to be like, he's not like super unlikable, but it's like, what is the purpose of your presence in this love triangle? You know, always there, always third wheeling, always trying to get in on one. Like, just go away. To be honest, I'm sorry, but his character was kind of really annoying, to be honest. And I would also say I would have loved to see like their wedding at the end, because they get engaged, but you don't see a wedding. And then also there's a second male lead who is one of the people who work with the ex-cons, but he's not really an ex-con, and he sleeps with the female lead's best friend and they end up having a baby together, and then they end up falling in love afterwards. Which is really nice. And they also get married and have a baby girl, and it's really sweet. But yeah, the male lead is literally the epitome of like sweetness. He caters to her, he apologizes, he buys her stuff, he adores her. He adores her and he treats her like he adores her. Like he would do anything for her, and it's so very obvious. Like, he's such a good person, right? He's a good person who's in love, which is perfect. Like, if I had watched this drama when I had made that super sweet male leads video, I would have added him in that video because he's so sweet. Like, you will be smiling while watching this drama so much because he does so many cute things, and you're like, you are literally perfect. And like, he'll never let anybody hurt her. And a lot of the time, a lot of the miscommunication in this drama, once they're actually together by around episode 11 or 12, is his fear that she's going to be in danger. And like, that's the only flaw he has. Like, he really doesn't have any flaws aside from like the lack of experience and the cheesiness. Like, the guy doesn't have any flaws. And it's like, okay, the female lead doesn't really have any flaws either, I would say. Like, she's just, I think the female lead, if anything, just jumped the gun a bit too much. There's times like she'd be told to kind of sit down and stay still and stay at home, and she'd go run out and do stuff, getting herself in more trouble than it was worth. But like, no, like, they were both really excellent characters the characters are so well paired together that it makes sense. And also, as K-dramas do, they met as children as well. So her family were in trouble with the mob, and so as children they lived in the same neighborhood and like helped each other and comforted each other, so they knew each other as kids. And then he finds out who she is from childhood earlier than she does, but once she finds out, she's like, I've been looking for you forever. Like, I want to thank you for giving me hope when I was a child. And she tells him that he is the reason why she became a kids content creator. And it's so funny because even before he knew who she was, he fell in love with her because he just loved the joy in her. And it's like, funnily enough, the joy that she has today is something that you brought her. Like, you led her to this career path. And it's usually, I'm not gonna lie, usually I hate the they met as children trope and then somehow made adults, because it just seems too ridiculous. But it really fit in this drama because they meet on happenstance as adults and actually fall in love with each other before they're even aware that they knew each other as kids. So it actually makes it even more like, okay, these two are definitely meant to be together. And they also have such similar personalities, which just makes it so much fun, really. And again, I love the editing in this drama. I loved the screwball comedy. I loved the color grading. I actually liked her outfits. Now, people complain online about her outfits a lot, that like she dresses really drabby, but I think that's the point. Like, she's a really chill person. Like, she's not trying to be all like luxurious and stuff, and her style doesn't really change until after they're together anyway, and it just changes a little bit. Like, she's a pretty comfortable, chill person, so I like that about that, and that feels really intentional. So personally, I really enjoyed this drama and loved everything about it, and I'm going to be rewatching it several times because it's really amazing. And I rated it a 9 out of 10, mainly because the prosecutor guy, like the second male lead, annoyed me so much, and I just felt like his character was unnecessary. Like, he had a level of primacy I don't think the character deserved. So yeah, but this was great, and I will be watching it a bunch, and I highly recommend it. Let me know what you thought of this drama in the comments below. If you like my channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, please hit the like button below. And have a wonderful day. Okay, bye bye.